excited to share some new things from Spellbinders. Some of you may have seen Spellbinders launched a whole new load of stuff at the CHA this year, and Create and Craft TV here in the UK were having a worldwide exclusive to these products. So we're the only place in the world currently that can purchase them, so obviously I couldn't resist, so I purchased them. I didn't get everything because that would just be a fortune, but I did get some really nice things and I'm super excited to share them with you. So they came in sets, but I don't think it particularly matters, and I can't actually remember what each set was now, to be honest. So the first one I've got is this one here, and this is Majestic Labels 25. So I think what this does is this will it's very much this part of how Spellbinders work, is that your original Labels 25 will really work with this if you have them, so you can use them together in that way. And then when you turn over, you can see there's just so many, and this is 6 dies, but the combinations are endless. I mean, it suggests that you can make 20+ different versions here, and there's just some of the things that you can do with it. And so the sort of amount of value you're getting here is just incredible, and it's just really pretty. I mean, this one here, actually looking at it, looks like a ribbon threader. Let's have a look at the front here. Trying to see if I can see that one in their demo. It's there, I think, and you can just see, I'm sure could put ribbon through. So this is, as I say, Majestic Labels 25, and then the next one I've got here is Captivating Squares, and I think that's just gorgeous. Now this consists of 4 dies, and this doesn't have, you know, the different combinations in the same way, but you could obviously put these together differently and create different kind of frames, etc., or just use them to create the simple inverted commas, because they're not anything but simple, are they? They're absolutely stunning, and I just can't wait to open these and use them. The thing they did was, just before I carry on, is they did bring out a whole new selection of these gorgeous cut, fold and tuck dies. Now you have to be really careful when you say that. I have to say I wrote it down because otherwise I had a feeling I might end up with something a little bit naughty on the lines of tut, cold and bleep, but we won't go there. But we certainly won't let my mummy see them, because my mum has a real habit of mixing up the letters and getting all the wrong words. For example, Bucks Fizz. I'll leave you to your imagination as to what we ended up with at the party when she said it out loud at the top of her voice, and it wasn't quite Bucks Fizz. Same sort of things with these cut, fold and tuck dies. I think I need to be very careful how I say them, and thank goodness, just in case this goes wrong, it isn't a live film. Anyway, going back onto that, they were absolutely gorgeous dies, and they did have some originally, and I have to be honest, I haven't really got around to using them, so having seen them and remembered kind of how beautiful they looked, I didn't buy any more because I thought it seemed silly to purchase some more when I hadn't really made use of the ones that I'd got. That said, I was very tempted because they were absolutely stunning, real lace, beautiful lace. So that was a new collection out, and definitely if you haven't got those already, something like that, I would definitely look into those because they were stunning. But anyway, carrying on with what I've got here, we've got Delightful Circles, and I think this one is absolutely gorgeous, and this has got 4 dies as well. I love these little ones as well. You can make some gorgeous little buttons if you use your your glaze. I can't think of the name of what I'm trying to say. Oh, I can't think, but the glaze anyway. And just love the circles like this, and again, you could combine them to make quite nice effects and different types of cut. But anyway, this is the next one. So this is Decorative Labels 28, and again, this fits in with the same theory of being able to multi-use your basic dies that you've got. So your original labels 28 will fit in nicely with these. So you could cut out one labels 28, which would be exactly this but without the decorative edge, and then you could cut out your decorative edge one and layer it up, so you could have, say, a white edge and a coloured centre, so it would give a real lacy pretty effect. So you can do, I mean, that's just one example. So on this one we've got 4 dies, it says. It looks like a lot more because of how decorative they are, but again, they're absolutely stunning. And I like a lot of these dies for cutting around my stamped images. I really enjoy doing that. I think that works really well for me, and I tend to print them and then colour and then cut them afterwards when I decide kind of what card I want. But sometimes I do it the other way around because I think, oh, I just love it in that shape, and then I work the card around the shape of the die. But anyway, this one I think is absolutely gorgeous and very, very different. It's called Tile Works, and I think this to me seems quite different to anything that we've really seen from Spellbinders before. Sort of more Art Deco sort of style to it, I would say. And this one actually reminds me of a little dumbbell that you lift for weights. And I did see a card where somebody had made on the, as a sample, a little robot out of these pieces, which was quite fun. But as you can see, when you sit on the back here, it's very kind of clean in a way, and yet it's still decorative. It's very definite lines, and it almost looks more so than on the front, because obviously here we're seeing all the bits that are also the embossing parts as well, but they weren't actually all cut out. So I really, really liked that one as well. And then my next one is Diamond Effects, and again, absolutely stunning. Now this one here is one of those that you can pop inside and create kind of like a aperture, I think, with that look. You can either use the metal oval and cut the oval out as well, or you can just cut kind of this lacy effect in your card as an aperture and leave this centerpiece, I say aperture, as I guess it is an aperture, but it's not like a big hole, it's kind of like a lacy bit, unless you put this centerpiece in, then it would cut it out completely. Because if you look closely here, you can see it doesn't have a cut line all the way round, so when you push it in your paper or your card, it will not actually cut out. It will cut the holes out, but it will leave the actual imprint. I'll have to show you what I mean. It's hard to describe it in words. I can't think of the words, but it doesn't actually cut a piece out that you take away. It just cuts some holes, I guess, into the card and leaves a pretty pattern. So, and obviously if you want that, you can easily cut around it with a trimmer to create that look anyway. And then you've even got the lovely label up there, and then you've got the bigger one that does have the edge that you can cut around, so that's nice. And they're quite reasonable size. I would say it's a kind of at least sort of 6x4 or 6x5, something like that. I'm not sure it really says on here, but good size. If you, I mean, I've got sort of reasonable size hands, so you can see the sort of idea of it. And then they brought out some more border abilities. Now these were their new sort of collections, and they're slightly different to their edge abilities, I believe, and the way you can combine them. And this was one of the ones that I got, and this has got 6 dies in it, and I think this is absolutely gorgeous. And of course you can combine it in any way, and again, this doesn't actually cut the edge, so you can create like a lace section without cutting the bottom of your card off, for example. Or you can then, if you want to cut the bottom off or you want to cut an edge, you just add this piece in, and they've got these notches, so you're able to marry them up and make sure that they are exactly perfectly matched. So that makes it nice and simple, and you can really get them all different combinations here. So you could put it with this one here, you've got these different combinations, so they've got tiny little holes or little dashes. I'm going the wrong way because I'm looking on the camera. So really, really pretty. I like that. And you can see here, it's the little, whoops, the little holes. And then you put it over another piece of card and you can see it through. It just looks really, really nice. And again, of course, you've got the embossing on that as well. And then this one, same sort of idea. And I love this kind of shape. I wanted to get the other one from before, but they sent me the wrong one, and it's the sort of tag shape thing, and I really liked that. I'll turn it this way, it's easier. So you can see, and this one, sorry, this is scalloped borders too, and that other one was curved borders too. And again, really, really nice, pretty patterns, very delicate, create a really nice effect. This I hadn't noticed, sort of zigzag, kind of pinking shears kind of look. Let's see it on here. Oh, there it is. I'm staring at it. There we go. So really, really nice effect. I got the set which included all of the new 3D embossibilities. I think you would have seen a couple of weeks back I showed you the Christmas 3D embossibility that was launched, and they've now launched another 4 embossibilities, non-Christmas, so generic ones, and really, really nice. So this one is called Noble Rook, and you can see the rook there with his crown on. So quite a gothic feel, I think, to that, but you could soften that down, I imagine. And here it is on the back. They show you the whole thing there, so there's a place there to put some sort of sentiment if you want, or anything like that. So I mean, that on its own would just make a card, really, wouldn't it, with just a sentiment. And this version here is where they've done the letterpress, so it's just showing you the different ways that it can be done. Then the next one is called Persian Splendor, and again you only see like a little section on the front, and I think it looks a little bit strange, that one on the front. When you see it on the back, I think it makes a lot more sense, and it really is very splendorous, if that's a word, and almost column-like and really nice. And I think it would actually look rather nice that way round, to be honest. So I think that's absolutely gorgeous. Then the next one we've got is Celtic Knot, and I think this one again is absolutely stunning. I really, really like this. And again, when you see them made up, they look amazing. And don't forget, you can cut sections out. You can just cut this piece out, or you can cut the corners out and just use the corners, so you don't need to be restricted to using the whole thing. And I think I'm guilty of that a lot. I forget to cut things up a bit. And then the last one of the 4 is called Floral Labels 4, which suggests that this label here would probably fit labels for die, and you could cut out a die to match that if you have labels for. I am not promising that because I haven't checked it, but that's what it indicates to me, and I think that looks absolutely stunning. And again, the way they've done the flowers, I think you can easily use it both ways and it works just fine. And of course there's the letterpress version. Okay, and then another thing that I got, and this wasn't part of the launch, I got a die set from Spellbinders with some matching stamps. Let me just show you that. It's these gorgeous banners, which are absolutely lovely. And again, when you look, you can see here how you can literally combine all 3 of those. Combined makes that, if you want to, or you can use them individually. And then it comes with the buttons and shapes. So I think that's really nice, and these buttons are they're not too small as well. If you compare them to my finger, they're not too shabby in size. But what I got as a set was this lovely, just right, clear Samantha Walker Buntings and Banners stamp set, which is the matching set, to those dies. So basically you would stamp out, say, that banner there, and then you'd line up the die and it would cut out. Obviously the sentiments aren't relevant to the die cutting part, but they are just really nice extras. And even the buttons and everything, and you've got all the different shapes there. And I think, look, you've got the extra there of the little bowed, trying to make it so you can see it. The little bows on the string, that I don't think is obviously part of the die set. And it's the clear cling stamps, which I really, really like. And I think that was a really nice set. I'm looking forward to using that. The other thing that I got, because I've tried them before and I really wanted to start trying some other brands, was this gorgeous Marianne dies. And I've been looking into other dies and trying them out and for some time, and I'm really liking a couple of different brands that I've come across. And these obviously are very popular Marianne dies and people have been using them for a while, but I wasn't sure what they'd be like going through my grand caliber, and it worked absolutely beautifully. So, and this one went really nicely with some Spellbinders dies that I had, that I got a plan for a Christmas card that I wanted to do for you guys, that's using all the Spellbinders dies. And I had a branch, but I really like this one, so I may mix it up and use this, or I may stick with my original. But anyway, this one doesn't particularly seem to have a name that I can see. Let's have a look on the back. LR0181, whatever the heck that is, but that's what that seems to be. It doesn't seem to have a name. So I cut that out, and I just used some cream cardstock on here because I just wanted to see how it cut. No embossing, just simple cutting. So in that sense, it's a much more simple look. And obviously no inking on this one either. But really, really nice effect and very clean cut. Pleased with that. So that was my test die, and I think that would work quite nice if you used your Copics and used like airbrush Copic, you know, with your Copics. Now the other one I got, because I've really wanted a little book for ages, and so I got this little book, again Marianne dies, and again I can't particularly see a number. It says LR0253, but I guess it'd be fairly obvious. I've just got a bit of tape on there holding it in position, but so that was the little book, and again really pleased with how it cut out, if you can see. And I did put it through for embossing on this one to get the book apart, and I think that, yes, I used my normal embossing sandwich that you would use for your Spellbinders, but I did have to add a little shim of paper, just like 2 thin sheets, because it just wasn't quite deep enough to come out. But I don't know if that was just, I mean, if you use thicker card, but then it's not that thin and it's not paper, but I guess if you used heavier cardstock it would come out okay. But as I say, it wasn't like ridiculously thin cardstock, and it didn't make a big deal to change it. But then the last thing I've got to show you is this company that I've only just discovered, and I've ordered one of their dies and I've been speaking with them, and I'm really, really impressed with it, and I absolutely love the selection of things that they've got. And to me, they don't compete with Spellbinders. They're a different look completely, and in a way I think they almost more compete with your Cricut and your that side of things, because it seems to me it's this particular company's a lot more character based, in inverted commas, and I say characters, I mean even rather than shapes. And so I ordered this, and it's cottage cuts, and this was a dove, and what it else is, it comes I'm trying to find where the entrance is. Here it is. It comes as this little metal sort of die with this shape on, and then you have this foam stuff, and you just stick it on, and then when you put it through the machine it cuts through the foam, and I guess the blade part, and it is sharp, so watch your fingers, the blade part is in there. Now I understand the newer versions of these no longer require this foam and they come without it, so this is obviously just one of their older ones, but I just thought it was lovely, and I had no issues cutting it out at all with my Spellbinders, and I just used my normal sandwich, and this is what I got from it. So he would be kind of like that, and again I just cut it in white cardstock because it's easy enough to green up the leaf and colour my dove. But I thought that was absolutely beautiful, and the amount of different dies and shapes and things that they've got are incredible, so I was really impressed with that. So anyway, this is my little haul. The most thing that I was really showing you was the new Spellbinders stuff, which is, as I say, absolutely stunning, and I have to say they will always remain my favourite dies. I think they are absolutely amazing, and as much as I love these other ones, and it's nice to have different ones, definitely Spellbinders are my favourite. But that said, you know, I think these are a different genre, so in a way I don't think they sort of compete in a way, but I'm really chuffed to bits with these new dies from Spellbinders. Really lovely designs, and really decorative, and I will definitely get to cutting out with those and show you how we get on. There's so many there, it's hard to pick really. I have to say I'm loving this because I think this is quite different. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed having a look at this selection of dies, and I will see you all again soon. And please comment, I'd love to hear what you think of them all, and let me know which one's your favourite, and which one, maybe some suggestions of which one you might like to see me craft with. Bear in mind that I do video quite well ahead. Apart from videos like this, I tend to be quite well ahead, but I do take your suggestions on board, so I'd love to hear what you'd think, and if you've got any sort of particular ones that you'd like me to see. Alright, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for